Hello, welcome. My name is Naomi, and welcome to the Blacksheep podcast. And so, in today's episode, I want to really speak about acceptance and wanting to be accepted by the world, or by your friend group, your family, or anybody you want to be accepted by. And I feel like this is a personal struggle that I dealt with my entire life, wanting to be accepted by people and just seen by people. And I have noticed that it causes me to be non-confrontational because I don't want people to perceive me the wrong way. I was always scared of people thinking like, oh, she's this, or oh, she's that, or she thinks she knows it all, or like I didn't want people to have a negative connotation on me, of me. And so I would kind of just like dim my light and dumb myself down to be accepted by other people. And I feel like that really did like bleed into my relationships because being very soft-spoken and scared of shining my light and being who I am, or who I felt like I was in the inside before being broken down, I felt like I had to play small to be accepted because I was always told no, or this, or like pipe down, like people always tried to confine me my entire life. And so being accepted, wanting to be accepted by these people, I listened, I followed through, I closed my throat chakra. Basically, I stopped speaking up for myself as much, and I was just like taking it on the chin. Every time there was conflicts, I always just like, okay, you're right. And I was always apologizing. That was one of the biggest things that I struggle with, is over apologizing. I always be like, I'm sorry, I'm this, I'm sorry, that, I'm sorry. And I realized that always apologizing always did more damage than good. And I was so confused because there was this one time where I was having an altercation with my aunt, and she got mad at me. She was like, stop saying sorry, you're always apologizing, like people don't want to hear your apologies, people don't want to hear your excuses, and this and this and that. And it kind of hit hard because it's like, when I don't apologize, hold on one second, my baby's crying. Okay, yeah, so like I was saying, I used to tend to over apologize so much, and it was like I couldn't do nothing right. I tried to speak up for myself, I was a problem. And then when I shut up and take it on the chin and apologize, it was a problem, and I was apologizing too much. And so I was really like just battling like how to be human, basically, like how am I supposed to respond to certain things. So I did like close myself off a lot, and I did have like trouble making friends, and like for the most part I didn't speak unless spoken to. And it really did like bleed into my relationships growing up. And I realized that most of my relationships, they chose me. And I feel like they wasn't even people that I would typically date or see myself with. Like I was dating people that I didn't have anything in common with, or like I didn't really truly feel a connection to. I just said yes, or it was just like, dating them because they chose me. They came up to me, they pursued me. And so I also realized that those were kind of the most toxic relationships. It's like they saw me and saw how soft-spoken I was and how innocent, I guess you can say, that I was. And they kind of used that against me. And I feel like it was really hard because having the acceptance trait, I don't know if it's a trait, but always wanting to feel accepted by people is kind of like how you attract narcissism and how you attract narcissistic people. And that's something that I was battling with for so freaking long. And honestly, now it's making me realize that if I just like start to accept myself and love myself, for me, that's all I really needed in life. Like Like, really, we think that we need other people to feel accepted, and, like, which is to a degree is true. We are social creatures. We do thrive on communication and socializing. That's what we're here for. But when you accept yourself and you stand in your power, I feel like you can attract things that are aligned better with you. And I feel like when I was in my over needy, over wanted to be accepted stage in my life, I only attract people who wanted to use me because I dumbed myself down so much. It's like they wanted me to stay on that level and confine me into that box that I was actually like outgrowing, and not knowing how to, like, transition from wanting to be accepted so bad from other people and to not really caring and accepting myself. It's something that I still to this day do struggle with, because realizing, like, and accepting my flaws and that I'm not perfect and I will probably never will be perfect, but holding space for myself and being grateful that I am who I am, and being grateful for every single trials and tribulations that I did go through, because again, it did make me who I am today. And so I say all of this to say that being accepted by other people is overrated. It is truly overrated. It is, because when you really look at the people you want to be accepted by, is that like what you see yourself as? Like, is that the type of person you want to be around? Is that like, are you inspired by that person, I should say? Because I feel like we tend to not surround ourselves by people that we are inspired by, but by people that is, I can't say this. We're not surrounded by people usually that we are inspired by, but people that we are basically programmed by, like forced to be around, like in the community. Like, you're still in your hometown, family, friends, people that you've been around your entire life is who programs you, and where you get your influence from and things like that. So I feel like when you get out of your hometown or get out of your head, or like out of that familiar space, you'll start to see that the people that you want to be accepted by is actually doing absolutely nothing for you. And that when you do branch out, you'll see like, oh, I resonate more with these type of people. Oh, I actually feel safer in this type of community than in this type of community. And you will no longer want to be accepted by those people in your past community because they no longer resonate with you or your soul. So my message at the end is just simply, let go of people that are no longer resonating with you and who you are. Let go of the people that you feel like you have to dumb yourself down. If you feel like you step in a room and you feel like you automatically have to play a smaller part, you don't need to be there. That's not where you belong in that moment. So it's just about the awareness of, why do I feel like this? Why can't I accept myself in this situation? Why do these people make me feel like I'm having a panic attack? Like, it's really just like tuning into yourself and why you feel this way and why you want to be accepted by these people. And when you are accepted by these people, what are you actually gaining from these people? But yeah, that's the struggle that I am battling with now, currently, in this exact moment, because I still have moments where I find myself playing smaller or not being non-confrontational when I need to speak up, because I'm like, oh, I want to be accepted by this person, when really the only person who needs to accept me is me and God and my baby. But that's all I have to say about acceptance today. And I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I know it's short, sweet, and simple. And it's really just because I personally have ADHD. So I feel like breaking it down episode by episode, focusing on one struggle at a time, because videos are like past 30 minutes, I just blank out, and like I'm like subconsciously probably still listening, but I start wandering, and I don't want people to wander. Like I say, like for the first 15 minutes people are like paying attention, and then after that 15-minute mark they're starting to look around, play on their phone, or do whatever else while still listening. So I feel like these shorter segments are easier for people who have short attention spans like me. But anyways, I hope that you gained something from this video. Like, comment, or subscribe if you did, and hopefully I see you on the next podcast. Thank you.